Iconic quotes.
It's fine to celebrate success, but it is more important to heed the lessons of failure. The internet is becoming the town square for the global village of tomorrow. Your most unhappy customers are your greatest source of learning. Technology is just a tool. In terms of getting the kids working together and motivating them, the teacher is the most important. As we look ahead into the next century, leaders will be those who empower others. Software is a great combination between artistry and engineering. Intellectual property has the shelf life of a banana. I believe that if you show people the problems and you show them the solutions, they will be moved to act. If you go back to 1800, everybody was poor. I mean everybody. The Industrial Revolution kicked in, and a lot of countries benefited, but by no means everyone. I really had a lot of dreams when I was a kid, and I think a great deal of that grew out of the fact that I had a chance to read a lot. Treatment without prevention is simply unsustainable. Everyone needs a coach. It doesn't matter whether you're a basketball player, a tennis player, a gymnast or a bridge player. I never took a day off in my 20s. Not one. And I'm still fanatical, but now I'm a little less fanatical. Digital technology has several features that can make it much easier for teachers to pay special attention to all their students. The future of advertising is the internet. Headlines, in a way, are what mislead you because bad news is a headline, and gradual improvement is not. By improving health, empowering women, population growth comes down. Money has no utility to me beyond a certain point. Connectivity enables transparency for better government, education, and health. Exposure from a young age to the realities of the world is a super big thing. Software innovation, like almost every other kind of innovation, requires the ability to collaborate and share ideas with other people, and to sit down and talk with customers and get their feedback and understand their needs. The best teacher is very interactive. We are in the throes of a transition where every publication has to think of their digital strategy. Unfortunately, the highly curious student is a small percentage of the kids. The moral systems of religion, I think, are super important. The general idea of the rich helping the poor, I think, is important. Really advanced civilization is based on advances in energy. I have a nice office. I have a nice house. So I'm not denying myself some great things. I just don't happen to have expensive hobbies. We should all grow our own food and do our own waste processing, we really should. In business, the idea of measuring what you are doing, picking the measurements that count like customer satisfaction and performance. You thrive on that. If your culture doesn't like geeks, you are in real trouble. People always fear change. People feared electricity when it was invented, didn't they? People feared coal, they feared gas-powered engines. There will always be ignorance, and ignorance leads to fear. But with time, people will come to accept their sly con masters. By improving health, empowering women, population growth comes down. Security is, I would say, our top priority because for all the exciting things you will be able to do with computers, organizing your lives, staying in touch with people, being creative, if we don't solve these security problems, then people will hold back. Connectivity enables transparency for better government, education, and health. Historically, privacy was almost implicit. Because it was hard to find and gather information. But in the digital world, whether it's digital cameras or satellites or just what you click on, we need to have more explicit rules not just for governments but for private companies. In 9th grade, I came up with a new form of rebellion. I hadn't been getting good grades, but I decided to get all A's without taking a book home. I didn't go to math class, because L knew enough and had read ahead, and I placed within the top 10 people in the nation on an aptitude exam. I'm a great believer that any tool that enhances communication has profound effects in terms of how people can learn from each other, and how they can achieve the kind of freedoms that they're interested in. Software innovation, like almost every other kind of innovation, requires the ability to collaborate and share ideas with other people, and to sit down and talk with customers and get their feedback and understand their needs. Corruption is one of the most common reasons I hear in views that criticize aid. Expectations are a form of first-class truth. If people believe it, it's true. When a country has the skill and self-confidence to take action against its biggest problems, it makes outsiders eager to be a part of it. I know there's a farmer out there somewhere who never wants a PC, and that's fine with me. To create a new standard, it takes something that's not just a little bit different, it takes something that's really new and really captures people's imagination, and the Macintosh, of all the machines I've ever seen, is the only one. that meets that standard. Effective philanthropy requires a lot of time and creativity, the same kind of focus and skills that building a business requires. In almost every area of human endeavor, the practice improves over time. That hasn't been the case for teaching. Technology is unlocking the innate compassion we have for our fellow human beings. The most amazing philanthropists are people who are actually making a significant sacrifice.